secondary ELA teachers. This is Terry Lewis from IU13. As you begin planning for providing remote learning opportunities for your students, I wanted to share one of my favorite resources, CommonLit. CommonLit is a collection of free texts, units, and assessments for students in grades 3 through 12. This is a really awesome tool. Let me show you some of its features. To start, you'll have to sign up for a free account and set up your classes, which is super easy. Next to where you found this video link, you should see a link to a handout called Quick Start Guide for Teachers. Use this guide to get started after you watch this video, or feel free to pause here, set it up, and then come back. After you create your account and set up your classes, click on the Library tab. You can see you can search for many different categories. We're going to start with grade level, 9 to 10. Once you do that, you can see all the texts, 481, that have come up, and you can also filter by theme, genre, device, standard, or even language. There's some Spanish texts as well as English, and some of them can be translated back and forth. So we're going to click on genre. Let's just say we're looking for a short story. And then let's also look for the literary device of theme. And you can see as you're doing that, the selection is narrowed down. And we're going to click on the bet. And you can see when the text appears, you can see the grade level, the Lexile, you can download it, you can change the font size, and there are also some tools over here for students. So here they can have the text read aloud to them, they can have it translated into Spanish, they can annotate, which you can test out over here yourself. This is one of my favorite features, guiding questions. You can enable this feature for all students or some students. And in this feature, the students only see a certain part of the text at a time, and then they have to answer some comprehension questions to reveal more of the text. So it's an awesome scaffold for students. You can see in the text, if it says Q1, Q2, etc., you can see a preview of the question that they'll be asked in order to move on to the next section of the text. And again, that can be turned on for some students or all students. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Also over here, we have assessment questions. These are going to be assigned to all students who are assigned to the text. And you can preview those by either clicking the numbers or clicking through with the next button. And finally, in the discussion tab, you can see the discussion question that will be asked to your students related to this text. If you like this text and you want to assign this to your students, you would just click Assign Text. Here you could assign it to the whole class, or you could assign it to just one or more individual students. There's always a generic annotation task here, but you can modify that if you want to focus on a certain area. You want your students to annotate based on something other than this generic annotation task. You can also enable the guided reading mode here. This is the one I was talking about that chunks the text and asks students comprehension questions before moving on. So again, you click the button and you can do it for the entire class or for one or more individual students. Then you have to set a due date and click Assign. Well, I already did it, so you would go to the next screen. Finally, you can also click on Units and assign units to your students. So you would do this very similarly to the text. You'd find a unit that was appropriate. You can download the unit guide or download everything, which would include handouts, etc. And as you look at your assignments, you can assign each one for your students, whichever you'd like. So that is an awesome tool, CommonLit. If you have any questions or you'd like to talk to us, please feel free to reach us at Therese Lewis at iu13.org or Jennifer Bean at iu13.org. Happy reading!